Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. It's that wonderful time of the year when we get to share what planners we're going to be using for the coming year. I've got my stack right here and I'm so excited to share with you guys. So to start off, obviously, I'm going to talk about what I used for 2025 and what my thought process was when I was deciding on my new stack for 2026. 2025 was a very exciting year because some of my planners in 2025 stuck with me the entire year and some were fun to use. They were temporary. I used them, I put them down, I experimented, and that was a lot of fun for me. I have always used a two planner system. It's always been a main life planner and then it's always been an everyday carry. But moving on to 2026, because my intention is to better organize my plans and thoughts, I bought planners that best fit into the system, but at the same time change it up a bit so that I don't feel like I'm just using the same planners in 2026 as well, and I didn't want to get into the rut. I could have perfectly just bought another horizontal A5 in the mulberry from Sterling Ink, put it in the same cover and used it the same way because it's worked out so well, and then bought a new notebook to set up for 2026. But I decided to change it up just to freshen up my planner, my planner process. So that's how I ended the year 2025, with one planner where I would put all my yearly information decorated to my heart's content and have something to look back at in the future, and then a notebook which I was using as a messy everyday carry. And I absolutely love these two planners this year, which helped me decide to get the planners for next year. So the first thing that happened in the planner world for 2026 was that Hobonichi had its release, and I wanted to decide what I wanted to get from Hobonichi. My first intention was to be very realistic and not pick up anything from Hobonichi that I will not use. And then it kind of spiraled and turned into buy whatever I want, I'll figure it out later, because I just absolutely loved the releases this year, and that's not been the case for a very long time. So in terms of my planner stack, or the planners I wanted to use for 2026, I wanted to stick to the same main A5 archival life planner and one everyday carry. But I ended up with almost 6 planners to decide what I wanted to use. Not 6 planners, but a few notebooks and then a few planners. So I did not want to get any Hobonichi weeks. That's how I'm going to start this with. I did not want to get any Hobonichi weeks ever because it's never worked out for me. For example, this is the Hobonichi weeks from 2024. I never used it to its full capacity because I never had a direction about what I wanted to use my Hobonichi weeks for. This is a cover from a regular Hobonichi weeks, and then I took out the guts of a mega weeks and just put it in here and set it up. But again, it's 90% empty. Never used it to its full capacity, never touched the back pages at all, which is why I was like, I'm never buying a Hobonichi weeks. But then here we are. So when Hobonichi released its lineup, I was like, let me just pick up one Hobonichi weeks. It's okay to buy one extra planner. I initially wanted to buy a regular planner, but then I always like the weight and the way a mega feels. So I was like, I always end up buying a mega weeks. So let's just buy a mega weeks. And I ended up choosing this beautiful Galloping Horses mega weeks. The way I wanted to use my Hobonichi weeks is just a tracker, all things tracker. So I finally had decided what I wanted to use my Hobonichi weeks for. I had a direction for it, and the direction was just use it as a tracker. Don't overthink it. Just put down information on a daily basis and you're good to go. So when I received the mega weeks, I kind of started getting overwhelmed because of all the back pages, and I was like, why? I started kicking myself. Why did I buy a mega weeks? I shouldn't have bought a mega weeks because I will not use all these back pages, even though I like how it feels. And I started questioning everything again. So with that, I decided to sell this planner to a friend. She's already bought it. So I decided to part with my mega weeks and just get a regular weeks. And my regular weeks of choice is this beautiful dots planner. I just love these vibes basically. So I pick up this regular weeks. I have decided to use it as a tracker. Now, what tracker? My initial intention is to put it in a Slim Punto, use it as a wallet system, and then financially track everything. For example, I want to track my spending, I want to track my savings, I want to track all the extra fun money that we spend. I also want to track my weight loss or my the calories I burn on a daily basis, my steps, and then just a few other things in life. So I started to set it up. I put down a collage of stickers, which I love doing in all of my planners. And then I am using I'm not using the yearly overview for anything. It's just going to be reference on the go. I'm using this calendar as a savings tracker. And then I have my month on 2 pages where I'm going to be analyzing my financial spend, and I'm going to be seeing where we're spending, overspending, and where we're underspending, or what's happening basically the entire month. And then on my weeklies, I have decided to go with drawing out a layout to do my tracking. So this is the layout that I decided to do. This is the first week. I have decided to put my list of expenses over here, total that up, and put it in this box. On this box, I'm deciding to put down all the calories that I've burned on a daily basis, maybe record my steps as well here. And on the left hand side, I'm just going to be tracking my whereabouts. So if I'm home or if I've gone out, that's it. So it's pretty simple. It's a very straightforward direction that I'm using for this Hobonichi weeks, and I'm hoping it works out. I have not decided what to use the back pages for, and I'm not worried because there's only 70. So I'm kind of not overwhelmed anymore, and I'm so happy with this. I have decided to buy a cover for it. That cover will be here in January, so hopefully I will show you guys how I've set it up as a wallet then. So that's the first planner that I'm using for 2026. I also picked up this A6 notebook. This is absolutely of no use, but I picked it up because these are so cute and I wanted to have an A6 size. I might throw this in the bag with a cover on it and use it as a purse notebook because this is so intentional and I don't want to use the back pages as scratch notes or something on the go. I was like, I might just put this in my bag as a purse notebook. So those are the 2 purchases that I'm sticking with this year. Next up, let's talk about my main life planners or my archival for 2026. So initially from Sterling Ink, I decided to get the A5 full year daily planner. So this planner was going to be replacing my horizontal A5. I intended to change it up a bit just to freshen up my planner lineup and say, okay, I used the horizontal weekly from this year as an archival, but to be honest, if I'm being exceptionally honest, and because I'm working on organizing my plans, I only mostly use the month on 2 pages to record highlights, and I use my weeklies to record what's happened that day. I can use a weekly or a daily, but I don't want both. That was the idea behind picking up a daily planner. When I was placing another order for my new Hobonichi weeks, I decided to pick up this day free because I started to think along the lines of how much I've absolutely loved the Hobonichi notebook this year. I love the paper. I love the simplicity of it. It reminded me of the good old days when I used to use a Hobonichi cousin for the entire year, deck it up, and it was so chaotic and messy and just me all together that I decided to just pick up a day free just like that. I did not have any intentions. I was still going to use my daily planner as my archival. Once I received it, I was like, you know what? I think this suits my need better than the daily planner, because what if I don't need an entire page per day for my archival? Because in my current archival, I was just using a weekly. So I was using this to record what happened that day. So I started to think along the lines of how I might just need limited space for my archival, and what I can do is that use the day free instead of an A5 daily planner. Currently, I have decided to let this planner go as well. I am not going to be using the daily planner, so I've sold both of these to my friend, and I have decided to use these two as my main archival. So everything date-wise is going to be going in my day free, where the month on 2 pages is going to be recording all the highlights and important dates, and my notes pages are just going to be recording what I need to remember for that day, for that month, and all that good stuff. And because there's only 170 pages, I'm planning to be very intentional with this planner and use it. I love the paper. I'm so excited about this. So apart from this, in the same cover, I also decided to get another notebook, which I'm going to be using as my writing journal, my notes, and my common placing. So both of these together work so great for me as a single planner entity, but at the same time have different functions in here. Now to show you guys how I set it up. So my 2026 day free, I just put like a collage of stickers, of my favorite stickers. These are from High Paper Clouds and some are from The Modern Journaler. This is from Coffee Monster Co. I am planning to just stick it somewhere or something. I put this sticker from High Paper Clouds here. And then I haven't done anything else, but I am thinking about filling out December and just writing everything down in here. Making sure I have a record of December as well and decorate it and just break into the planner. And then I've kind of marked where my reference lists are going to go. So I'm going to use the first 10 pages as reference lists, and then the remaining of the pages will have all the information throughout the year, date wise. So that's going to be my day free. And then my notebook is going to be used the same. I made a collage of all these stickers that I had, my favorite stickers from The Modern Journaler. I am very overwhelmed with this, but it's so pretty to me, and I'm so glad I tried this because I love this experiment. I also made another collage here with more stickers. I've been just in those stickering phase where I just want to sticker everything. We're definitely going to be extra with all these planners this year where I want to sticker a lot. I'm also going to be covering my day free with sticker paper, printed sticker paper dashboards, very colorful stuff that I've intending to buy from Etsy and then just print it on a sticker paper and covering it up. So that's my intention for both of these notebooks. Now for my everyday carry, I decided to pick up the B6 horizontal in the Mulberry from Sterling Ink. Now this was the tipping point of what defined everything else in my planner stack, because I decided to take all the functionality of my A5 horizontal from this year and just put it functionally in my everyday carry, and then have a separate place where I would be decorative and pretty, do my pretty planning, and then record my year in my day free. So that is why I decided to pick up this B6 horizontal. It gave me the same planner in a smaller layout so that I could use it as my everyday carry for the entire year, and I am so excited to be using this. I'm going to be getting a new cover for this. What I'm planning to do in here is that I'm going to be putting my master task list, I'm going to be putting my yearly overview, and then my monthly goals. My month on 2 pages are going to have all the important dates. My weeklies are going to have functional weekly overviews for what is going to happen that week, and then my agenda for that week, because I'm going to put it down in a pointer format. And then I will have a day per page, most likely in the back, for all of my dailies. So this truly works out as an everyday carry for me. And based on all of this, I am so happy with my final stack for 2026, where I'm going to be using the Hobonichi Weeks as a tracker for everything that I want to track, my B6 horizontal as an everyday carry, and then my day free as my main archival, and a notebook from Hobonichi as my common placing and journal. So in my head, this works out better than what I had initially decided, and it was very fun to put these planners together, and I hope to show you guys the progression of how it's working out. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to catch you guys in a new video when I have the covers for all my planners and how I've been using them for the month of January. Take care.